Some people will tell you that long distance relationships can work out. Some people will tell you that long distance relationships won't work out. I guess it all depends on the person and their view of long distance relationships and the work they are willing to put forth in order to make it work. And sometimes both parties are not willing to work towards it. And then at other times you will have where one party will do anything and everything to make sure that this long distance relationship flourishes. Now, before we continue, I need y'all to do 3 things for me. If you are a first-time viewer, then I want you to subscribe. Or no. I need you to subscribe, hit the like button, and share this video so someone else can do the very same thing. And if they don't, then we're going to send these catfishes after them. Now, I have plenty of stories where I know people who were catfished, down to myself when I was younger. Yes, we're going to get into that. But on today's video, I wanted to share something that I came across with y'all, where a man who has been dating a young lady who says or claims to be in the military, and he has been literally emptying out his bank account in order to satisfy her. And this man has yet to see this young lady, ever. Yet to meet this young lady, ever. And even speak to her over the phone. But we'll get into this video and then come back to hear my commentary.
His family, so it was real strict. Grew up with my grandparents. I never wanted to be looked upon as somebody like a loser. I always kind of wanted to be a little bit better than that. Nobody to feel sorry for me or anything like that. So it was a standard that I tried to hold, that I held for myself. I'm the kind of guy that I work, man. I work every day. I put in 10 to 12 hours a day. I try to enjoy what I do. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm out by 5. I work from 5 because I like driving during the day versus night. I work from 5 to 5, sometimes 5 to 6, 12 hours, 7 days a week. The last relationship I was in it for quite some time, over 10 years. And this one person was actually sort of mean to me, a narcissist, sort of a sociopath, controlled me, abused me physically as well as verbally. But I kind of felt that the relationship was over because I was being put out of my own home. But I needed somebody that I needed to reach out to. I really did, because I felt like I wanted to scream. And a lot of that I had to keep within me. It could be anything. TV, it could be another woman around us. The woman could look a certain way. She would start in on me. I know you were looking at her. I know this, I know that, I know, always had to defend myself. Even before a situation would come up, she would create a situation. So I always had to be on the fence with myself, which I did not like. It made me feel very uncomfortable because I felt like I was always better than that. And I didn't need to be in a situation like that. I was at the tail end of that relationship, and this person came in out of nowhere through my texting. I liked the photo. So I replied and I asked, I said, well, who is this? And she thought I was somebody else, and I wasn't. And that's how we started the conversation. She told me her name was Mary. She was very comforting, very, very supportive. She's younger. She was 32. She's beautiful. She's light-skinned, long hair, like a brown color. She's beautiful, man. She's a beautiful woman. Puerto Rican, beautiful hair, beautiful skin, beautiful pictures.
In the midst of Mike's relationship, he received a random text from a person that would help him through his rough relationship and change his life.
I must tell y'all that that's exactly how it always starts. What we are going to go over right now could save your bank account. Yes, what we are viewing, this video we are watching right now, can save your bank account. Now, I'm trying to tell you, that's how it always starts. They hit you with the, hello, how are you doing? I had a great time yesterday. And you're like, well, I don't know who this is. Now, mind you, these are text messages. You may ask, who is this? I don't know you. Wrong number. And of course, they will then hit you with the, oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was James. But you sound very nice. How are you? My name is Mary. Yes, that's how it starts. So don't fall for it. And some of y'all probably have fallen for it in the past. And I'm talking about most of the older community. Yes, the older folks may have fallen for it. I was online one day at a Walmart, Wally World, and an older young lady was purchasing some cashier checks to send to some guy that she met online. Now, the cashier who works at the Walmart was trying to tell her, like, do you know this person? Never send money to anyone that you don't know. And she was like, yes, I do know him. The cashier asked again, have you ever met this person? And now the cashier wasn't getting in her business. She just noticed the amount of money that this woman was actually taking out and putting into a form of a cashier's check. And so she was asking her, she didn't want her to get scammed because she knows that a lot of people get scammed that way. Yes, the cashier knows this. And so the lady fought her tooth and nail to tell her that I trust him. I've never seen him before. I've never spoke to him before, but I trust him. Yes, I was witnessing this with my own eyes and ears. I heard it. And so it got me thinking that there's a lot of older people who get caught up like this. And it's not just the older people, it's the younger too. Because we all are familiar with the show Catfish, where everyone of all ages, race, creed, gender, they have all been catfished by someone who they fell for online. And this person reels you in by what? Simply saying hello.
I was honest with her. I told her I was in an unhappy relationship. We sleep in separate rooms. We have no interlinkings. We have nothing. We were just in something and I needed to get out. And so she was comforting with that. She was like, listen, just when she comes at you, argues at you, don't say anything. I was still in that home when we started talking. We were sleeping in separate rooms. And I was talking to this person every day, comforting to me because I was lonely. I was unhappy. And she was just the perfect person to talk to at that time. The advice that you would give me is to be quiet. Don't be in a fighting mood with her because you're going to be leaving out of there. So while you're there, just go in your room, be quiet, and try to be to yourself. Very supportive. Her astrology sign and my astrology sign are probably the one most compatible things out there because we're both emotional people. I'm sensitive, she's sensitive. That really brought us together because we understood each other. I just went right into it. She was just, everything was just perfect. We opened up the day and we closed the day. Throughout the day, we would talk just what's happening, how wonderful we felt talking to each other and how glad we were to meet each other. I really feel strongly about you. I mean, I'm becoming more and more into you. I mean, it was those type of conversations.
The more Mike would text Mary, the further he grew apart from his current girlfriend of 10 years. He felt he needed to make a decision.
Because my business was my business. We weren't married. We were just in a relationship. She never found out that I was online talking to someone. I kept giving her chances because that was just the type of person I am. Although I wasn't happy, I kept giving her chances. And then it became a situation to where I couldn't do it anymore. I mean, even when I was with her for a long time, I took care of her. I did everything for her. And so since I found this beautiful soul, I want to take care of her. And I want to love her and be the things that she wants me to be. And love her completely. Be everything to her. It just gradually just got to the point to where she's my heart. We call each other everything from honey to baby boo, everything. Honey, baby, sweetie, my love, everything. I would listen to her, and we never really argued or anything, ever. The first time she told me she loved me was about a month into us talking. But it wasn't like a love, it was, a love where it had developed into a nice feeling. So she didn't just come out and just say, I love you. It was just something that after talking like we talked, it was something that she said she felt. And for me, it was just what I needed because I was yearning that.
Up until this point, Mike would do anything for Mary, but the situation got complicated when she claimed she was being deployed.
She's in the military. She told me she was in Afghanistan. But, they sent them out on their work. And the military is a stickler behind certain things, which I found out that they really, truly are. Do's and don'ts of the military. I can't send you actual pictures that I take right now. I can't FaceTime you. Things I can't do in the military because of our security level. A few times we were supposed to get together, but that didn't happen because of the military prolonging the stay and whatnot. She really didn't ask me for money. It was more like we were discussing some of the things that she had to do with taking care.
I don't know what to say. I really don't, because it's not funny, but it is. My brother got. They got him. Yes, they got him. See, they reached him during a vulnerable state. They reached him when he was the most vulnerable. He was ready to get out of his relationship. They caught him at a perfect time. And see, that's what a lot of these people do. If it's a scammer, they gamble on certain people. And sometimes they hit the jackpot. Just like that. And if it's just an attractive female who does not think that, he will love her or like her based on what she looks like, even though this story is gearing more towards it's a scammer, they're smart. They know how to play to your emotions. Gentlemen, this is why I say you cannot be too emotional. Do we all have emotions? Yes, we do. But you cannot be too emotional. I know a lot of emotional men. You do too. Most of them are in jail. The rest of them are acting like this man right here. So emotional that he did not see the warning signs at all. For a woman who never met you at all, never spoke to you, never talked to you. Texting is not talking, I'm sorry. For them to literally say, I love you in a month, he should have seen that warning sign. But he was so vulnerable, not to mention they played him. They played to his emotions. She's beautiful. She's very attractive. They played to his sexuality and his emotions, his loneliness. Yes, he fell for the picture. See, that's what he fell for. He fell for the words and for the picture. And we all know that us men are visual creatures, but at the same time, we are very logical. And so what you see sometimes is not always what it is. So you must deep dive further into said thing and dissect it so that you can have a full understanding of what it is, which he did not at all. He took it for face value off of the, I guess, the profile picture. Yes, he's probably been looking at that same picture for a month. And her excuse is that the military does not allow you to send pictures. The military does not allow you to FaceTime. The military is like prison. Say it ain't so. The military is like prison then. Right? Right. That's how he should have known something was up, but his emotions were all over the place. That's why when you become emotional, guess what happens? You make a lot of mistakes and you stop thinking logically because you are thinking with your feel. Matter of fact, you're not even thinking, you're feeling. And once you feel, your feelings can be wrong. And boy, are his feelings wrong. To the video.
Her relatives and some of the things that she had to pay. So I offered to help her. I did. All I wanted to do was help her. I didn't want her to struggle. I didn't want her to worry, and I still don't. I don't want her to worry about a thing. I want her to serve her time out, and I'll take care of her. She would thank me with all her heart. Thank you for everything you do for me. I really love you. Thank you for what you do for me. Thank you. Every day she would always thank me. She would thank me and tell me how proud she is and tell me how she knows that I love her and she loves me. It was those type of things that make me gravitate to her, because those are the things I hadn't heard or hadn't felt. She says, we're one. Then I would send $50 to $200 a day. 50 today, 200 tomorrow, 70 today, next day. 50, never a certain amount. Whatever I could send to her to help her. I work, and so I have my account set up to my job, and so they deposit the money, so I can just send it right over to her, what I want to send.
Mike works in transportation. He's extremely reliable. He takes pride in making the people in his community feel comfortable and taken care of when they request a ride from him.
I take pride in my job. I did 26,000 rides for Uber. So, man, my experiences, I have so many. I had a woman in my car yesterday. She was so delightful. I get joy out of this most of the time. I provide a nice ride. I provide a ride where, you can be yourself. I mean, and if we want to talk, we can talk. Most of the time I talk, I like to talk. So it's whatever the mood is. I don't know what people go through throughout the day. So I don't judge a person by what I feel, because most of the time you don't know. I'd say 98, 99% of the time, you don't know. So I'm a good guy. I'm a nice guy. I'm a giving guy. And I truly care. If somebody's in my car and they're going through stuff, I'm there for them in terms of having a conversation, to just be open to what people have to say and be kind of understanding.
Since Mary has claimed she was deployed to Afghanistan, Mike has essentially been funding her life. He sends her money daily.
I would send her, it wouldn't be in a bulk sum. It would be like a little bit every day or every other day, $200. I can make $200 a day, sometimes $300. So I send her a portion of that every day. She doesn't have to ask me, I just do it. And when I haven't been able to do it, we talk about it, but it's me initiating it. So if I make 150, I'll send her 75. Every day it adds up. We've been together over 2 years. $1,500 to $2,000 a month. So it might be more than that. I'm just using 30,000 as a ballpark. Might be 60. Let's say 40. It's almost like I pay her rent because she said she's gonna get her money after she gets out. We can share that. And I tell her, I won't need to really share that with you. You can just have that as your play money because what I'm getting, I'll be able to take care of you the rest of your life. So I'm coming into a lot of money. Very, very large sum of money. Mary knows this. This is gonna happen, I say within days. And I want to share that with Mary.
Mike is receiving a large amount of money from a settlement suit. He even plans on sharing a portion of it with Mary. This would help her get home and get rid of all the debt he has from sending her money every day.
It's coming back to kind of bite me a little bit because I have taxes and we sent through Cash App and Bitcoin. And so now you have to be accountable for that. Thank God I'm getting what I'm getting because I can pay all my everything off. I'll be able to pay everything off. The blessing that I'm getting. I knew eventually it would come through. So I knew if she was with me, I would be able to take care of it and still be able to take care of it. She even sent me some documents to say I'm her fiance. So I gave up my information. It was a document that was told to me that we had to submit to show that I was her fiance. I have told my family about Mary. Yes, I told them that I'm in love with this person. I want to be with this person. Period.
What in the cockamamie ass shit is going on? Yo, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Mike asked for this. Mike is not a victim. Mike asked for this. You mean to tell me you were sending someone that you have never ever met nor seen that amount of money a day, a week, a month, 30 grand in a year? And then you tell them exactly what it is you are about to get. You are telling them that you are about to hit pay dirt. You got a big payday coming. You tell them this. You voluntarily tell them this, that you are going to take care of them with said money. And then you believe the lie that she tells you, well, babe, I won't get my money until we get out. Seriously? So the military does not pay you for 4 years, 8 years, 12 years, 16 years that you are enlisted. They don't pay you until you get out. Are you serious right now? Mike asked for all of this. At first, I thought he was a victim. Mike is not a victim. He's a victim of his emotions. That's what Mike is a victim of. Not this fake scammer who is just scamming money out of him daily. No, this is a scam. Mike is a victim of his emotions. That's exactly what there's nothing else I can say about this. He asked for this without doing any type of research, or did no one teach him that you shouldn't speak to strangers? Let's see what else he has to say.
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
It's okay. I was just had this on my mind all day.
I bet. I have no doubt.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you send her money?
Yeah.
Since we last spoke?
Yeah, a little bit. Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we talked about it, but we have a lot of information for you today.
What are we doing?
Okay.
Starting with the fact that she's in Afghanistan. So we pulled troops out of Afghanistan in 2021.
Right.
Did you guys ever speak about that?
Yep.
And what does she say?
She said there's a few troops left there.
And that's why she was deployed there?
Yeah. Yeah. That's her calling me now. Let me get rid of her.
If Mike, put the phone down and then let us give you this information. This is, I promise you, this is way more important than you know, letting her know where you are.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, to kind of go back, Mike, like I said, there's just no way she could be deployed in Afghanistan because we pulled troops out in 2021. What are you thinking with that information?
I knew that. You know, it brought. I'm just telling her. Okay, she'll understand. Okay. It brought doubts. It brought doubts to me.
Isn't that the reason why you've sent all, you know, every time you sent her money, it's because of that, right?
No. I send her money because of what we have. I don't send it to her because of that. I send it to her because that's what I want to do. That's why I send her money.
We took a look at your chats, and one thing that really stood out, Mike, is like every time you guys chatted, you would like literally pour your heart out to her, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But her responses were very vague. It was just like, okay, baby, thanks, honey. You know, just very, very vague responses. She never responded back, and it was just really about money.
Okay.
Was that a red flag to you? I mean, as you guys were chatting, I mean, was that frustrating to just be giving somebody your heart and then not hearing anything from them?
Because I had begun, we've talked so much, I began to just trust that.
But Mike, she's sending you 3 letters every single time.
I know all that.
So let's get into the rep. So you sent money through Cash App every single time?
I send her the Cash App and she uses the Bitcoin.
So the wallet you gave us actually had money deposited 2 days ago.
I sent her money.
Okay, and that was cryptocurrency. And so there were 153 transactions that went in there, and all those transactions ended up in a Binance wallet, and they also ended up in a 𝐒𝐚𝐬𝐧𝐭 wallet.
I know the amounts that I've sent her.
So 𝐒𝐚𝐬𝐧𝐭 is an Indian cryptocurrency exchange.
Okay.
So if you're not in India, there really is no reason for you to use an Indian cryptocurrency exchange.
So what you're saying is that she is in India?
Either she's in India or the person she's sending money to wash the money is in India.
Okay.
Our team, we ran a reverse image search, and we were able to locate the real person in these images.
Okay.
And her name's not Mary.
Okay.
Her name is Sherry, and she's happily married, and she's also lives in Missouri. She's not in Afghanistan. She's not deployed on a peacekeeping mission.
Is she the person on the picture?
She's the person in the pictures.
Well, she's married?
She's married, but she hasn't been talking to you.
Okay. Okay.
We're going to bring the real woman in these images onto the call with us, okay?
Okay.
You're going to be able to speak to her face to face.
Okay.
Mike was so deep in love with Mary, we knew we had to get the real woman in front of him to get him to fully come to terms. He was about to come face to face with the woman he thought he was in a relationship with for nearly 3 years.
Hi, how are you?
I'm not doing too good.
No.
I'm not doing too good at all.
So Sherry, we just revealed to Mike that he's not talking to you. And so we wanted to bring you on so that you could talk to him and explain your situation, because this is not the first time this has happened to you.
I'm just looking at Sherry and oh wow, Sherry.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate, honestly, because unfortunately, you're not the first person that I've found out about this. But it's sad. Honestly, it's sad to see innocent, good people getting scammed. You know, there's just bad people out there, and I hate to see that, you know, affecting people like yourself. And so it's heartbreaking to see that side of it.
With Sherry, you know, I'm glad I'm getting a chance to see you. I understand. It's so bad. It's so bad. And it's over, you guys. It's over. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on.
Yeah, I think that's probably best, just for yourself and for, you know.
Yeah. We ran some searches on your profiles. You have thousands of them all over the internet. How is it dealing with this on a day-to-day basis?
You know, it kind of goes back and forth. I get a lot of messages from people, usually either on one side of the spectrum that are, you know, hey, I'm sorry you're dealing with this, just so you know, these profiles are out there, and of course I'm aware of those. And then the other side is where I've gotten messages saying, hey, like, I've sent this person this much money and they feel like I owe them something, you know, and that's the hard one. So I just kind of, at this point, you know, I've been dealing with it since about 2017, is I want to say, when my Instagram stuff started picking up. Since then, I just have kind of shut down from it. I tried my best to create awareness on my page, you know, putting out stories like PSAs, basically just saying, hey, like, this is false, be aware of this, you know, X, Y, and Z. But at this point, it's sort of, I've pulled away from social media. I don't really use it as much. I'm not active on there anymore. It feels like if I post photos, then I'm basically just giving ammo to these scammers.
Mikey, Michael, Michelangelo. I will call you all types of names except for simp. I'm not even going to do that, because I can see that you're really hurting and you really thought that you were in love with this woman. That is crazy. Not to actually physically see someone for 3 years and not wonder if this person is real or not is wild to me. It is. And there's a lot of people who have been duped like this, as Mike called it. They were duped. Yes, it's easy to dupe people. And the scammers, the scamming, it's at an all-time high, especially coming out of India. I knew it had to be either one of two places, Africa or India. Scamming is big. It is huge out there. There are so many scammers. This is what they do for a living. Think about the US currency versus the Indian currency and the currency exchange. How the US dollar, how much value the US dollar has in India. I forgot exactly the amount, but trust and believe it is a large amount. And so those people out there, whether it was men, matter of fact, forget it. It's not women doing this. It was a bunch of men. Yeah, it was a bunch of men scamming him. He was actually talking to an Indian man for 3 years and didn't know it. He was sending this Indian man buku money and didn't know it. He thought it was Mary, who we later came to find out her real name is Sherry, and this has been happening to her for a very long time. And do you know why? It is because if you're an attractive person, well, let's just say you may have a lot of profiles out there on the net and even on the dark web, because these scammers will take your picture, and they will create fake profiles because you're an attractive person, put it out there, and scam the hell out of some people. Shit, that $30,000 should be yours then. Until next time. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content.